Hello everyone, and now welcome to Game 2 between Reprisal and ChaeYoung. Reprisal losing Game 1 in this series after a really failed Blizzard attempt from an Archmage. Yes, the Archmage was able to take down a number of key farms early on, but ChaeYoung kept his cool, kept his composure, and was able to recover extremely nicely, knowing that his opponent would not be able to creep. One of the big problems with Blizzard is it is very, very difficult to creep. You do not get the flexibility of a water elemental tanking damage and protecting your other units while dealing damage of its own. That was the problem there, and that really became evident with the level 3, level 1 hero matchup early on. The Mountain King being able to Stormbolt and take out an Archmage as it was trying to teleport, and things just went downhill from there. Reprisal this time around spawning at the 10 o'clock location here on Nomad Isle. Meanwhile, ChaeYoung spawning at the 5 o'clock position, this time as the brown human player. Archmage versus Archmage matchup once more, no surprise there. The real question will be whether Reprisal goes for a Panda or will he go for the much more traditional Mountain King. Yes, Mountain King Archmage matchups with Spellbreakers can get a little boring at times, but in the end, it is because those units are such a key integral part of the human army. They match up very well in a mirror match as they're able to shut down other casters, and the only thing that it doesn't really work well against is Knights. And as long as you go Spellbreakers, Griffins, which is, yes, very, very expensive. As long as you get a handful of each, you have enough presence on the ground to counter the casters while having enough air presence to counter any Knights. Let's take a look as we are looking at Reprisal now making its way down over here. One Footman already making its way down. And what is this? The Militia now being called over to try and creep alongside this Archmage. Footmen are engaging, and ChaeYoung really needs to back off here as we are going after this Spider Crab Behemoth. Alright, Giant Sea Turtle has taken a lot of damage here. And oh, did the Archmage... Oh no, the Archmage did not get the experience there. Oh my goodness, that means that this Archmage got all of the experience and is now sitting at level 2. ChaeYoung, I'm not sure how he did it, but the timing on that blow from the Footman, that had to have been like a 1 in 7 chance of being able to time that blow correctly, or 1 in 5 chance, and he pulled it off. So a little bit of luck, a little bit of timing, knowing when to strike, really played a factor here as Reprisal is still sitting at level 1. Meanwhile, the Archmage is about halfway to level 3 already. Archmage now looking to just wander around here. This Archmage, oh, he cannot get Reprisal, make it a free Footman in this exchange, and that would be extremely bad news for ChaeYoung. ChaeYoung works so hard to deny this Archmage level 2. And now, what may end up happening is that this Footman is going to get taken down anyways. Alright, this Footman is trying to run for the hills. And is he going to make it? You can see that the Archmage is now getting padded by a Troll Shadow Priest. Beautifully done once more, as we are now looking at the Troll Shadow Priest all of a sudden having the tables turned. It needs to try and run away. Already down to 30 hit points. I believe the Archmage does need, what 2 more shots to finish it off, as that Troll Shadow Priest is going to run around the corner here. Where is he going? He is trying to perhaps head back as the Footmen are still attempting to chase him down. And the Footmen, caught up to him. And now he won really, really ill-advised heal. And the Archmage now gets to level 2. However, there was about, I would say, a minute and a half where ChaeYoung had level 2 and his opponent didn't. And now you see a difference in mana. Well, not that much, because there was an offset by that early pendant of mana. ChaeYoung picking up another Troll Shadow Priest. Meanwhile, Reprisal looking to strike or figure out where his opponent is currently sitting at. That is not good news for him. As you can see, the Footmen are going to try and engage there. Oh, unable to stop that Footman in its tracks as the Archmage now wanders off, also picking up a Troll Berserker. All right, Arcane Tower, the second Arcane Tower now being added. The Footmen trying to rush their way through. Oh, the Archmage should have positioned himself right here to try and get that get that water elemental on the inside of the base. Unable to get on the inside of the base now. Is he even able to take down this arcane tower? It looks like he will be able to, if he in fact is able to focus it down. Yes, too many militia, not enough peasants, as there goes another unit. ChaeYoung now pulling back. Meanwhile, the Archmage of Reprisal taking a different route this time, and he is playing the creeping game, stealing experience from his opponent's creep camps. Meanwhile, we see a similar strategy by ChaeYoung. ChaeYoung is going to get to level 3 off of this creep camp here, no problem whatsoever. Meanwhile, we can see that Reprisal is actually just a little bit behind there. We do have one sentry ward in position, as the footmen are now going after the other units. All right, it looks as though a peasant or two may get taken down. There's level 3 now, as the footmen are now backing off. Why not finish off this footman down to 28 hit points? And, oh wait, ChaeYoung, is ChaeYoung going to end up losing that? ChaeYoung running all the way to the back here. Water Elementals now pushing their way through. Are they going to be able to do so? And no, not quite yet. Both sides just engaging against each other. And there is that Arcane Tower. It is not hitting the Archmage. So ChaeYoung drops another Water Elemental inside the base. And now attempting to take down this Arcane Tower. 3 Water Elementals for ChaeYoung. Meanwhile, Reprisal currently sitting on 2. The farm has been taken out, but the Arcane Tower is still up. Reprisal is in trouble here. Reprisal, his base is pretty much open and ripe for the picking, as long as ChaeYoung can find a way to deal enough damage and take down peasant after peasant. All right, let's take a look at this. There goes another peasant there. There was another peasant off to the north. That could have been taken out. Archmage now dropping back over Reprisal and ChaeYoung. Both sides engaging. The footmen and the militia are fighting back. ChaeYoung, still with plenty of arcane power or arcane towers, is able to hold off this attack here. Reprisal, the experience denied there by as Reprisal unable to finish off that water elemental. All right, the footmen taking a lot of arcane tower damage. Needs to be very careful here, as the footmen now popping out to engage. ChaeYoung still looking in a pretty good position so far. He has double towers. Meanwhile, Reprisal is just now rebuilding his base. He's sitting at 28 over 36 supply compared to his opponent, who is at 28 over 30. We are still neck and neck, as we are looking to train up a Mountain King. All right, Mountain King against a Blood Mage. Reprisal not sticking to the same old strategy at all, as Reprisal's Archmage gets a little bit of an infusion of mana from the Blood Mage. The Blood Mage sitting at 130 mana now after transferring about a good 100 mana or so. That Archmage really enjoying the effects of the mana battery there, as he is getting double Brilliant Aura essentially by constantly taking away mana and giving it to his opponent. Taking away mana from his opponent and giving it to that Archmage, which is really important there. You can see that Mountain King has already lost about 50 some points of mana, and we are still summoning in even more Water Elementals. Triple Water Elementals of Reprisal. However, that cannot last very long, and Reprisal, knowing that, decided to give the excess mana to that Archmage once more. Reprisal still sitting at level 3 on the Archmage, level 1 on the Blood Mage. Now coming back across, level 3 on the Archmage, level 1 on the Mountain King. And there is a Goblin Zeppelin picking up all of the necessary units. The Zeppelin may be trying to make a drop inside the base. Is it going to find an opening, as we are now going into an Arcane Sanctum? I do not believe there is an opening at all. If there was an opening, any sort of landing would be... Oh, what is this? The Archmage actually hiding back over here, dropping another Water Elemental, and is now raring and ready to go. What is happening next? A whole bunch of priests now trying to heal up the rest of the units, as the Archmage picks up the remaining Water Elementals and is looking to do another drop again. I don't know if this is a safe call or if it's a risky call. I would put it more in the risky category, especially if your opponent has double Arcane Towers right underneath your landing point. All right, there you have it. There goes the Archmage. The Archmage is taking a bit of... No, the Blood Mage now taking all of that feedback damage, as the Archmage attempting to take out some of these peasants. There goes another peasant. There goes another one as well, as the Archmage now gets up to level 4. Level 2 Brilliant Aura could be a big factor in this game, as the Archmage of ChaeYoung unable to get inside and protect his own base. All right, Arcane Tower number 1. The towers are falling, and as they fall, the water elementals will be left behind. Oh, are we going to see a takedown of that water elemental there? No, we are not. No experience gained whatsoever as ChaeYoung holds on to his main base here. Meanwhile, Reprisal, looking to find a way to deal more damage, has not been able to do so, and is also now low on mana as the Blood Mage has siphoned his mana away to more than enough here, or to more than just that Archmage. Now let's see what's going to be happening next. The Archmage now coming in for another drop. There's a Blood Mage, and there you have it. It looks as though the Arcane Tower will get taken out once more, and if the Arcane Tower is taken down, this base is pretty much ripe for the picking. We are looking at the Mountain King now looking to come in here. There's a Stormbolt. Is the Blood Mage going to be able to be picked up? Yes, it will. Double water elementals, giving experience to the Archmage and that Mountain King once again. All right, let's see what's happening next. Reprisal still sitting on one base here, 49 over 54 supply. Meanwhile, ChaeYoung sitting at 30 over 36. Reprisal looks like he's going to be taking this game, making it 2-0. But is there anything really ChaeYoung can do to try and outmaneuver and out-recover his opponent? You can see that the Goblin Zeppelin now trying to run away. Oh, gets dizzy. A huge shot there. Not quite sure what happened. And the Blood Mage, gets taken down right a moment before it gets unsummoned back. That was a huge problem, as Reprisal surprisingly having a lot of units, but all sitting at the gold mine. So sitting at 49 over 54 now. Blood Mage now getting resurrected. You can see that the Archmage is off over here as well, raring to go. Archmage now heading to the bottom 5 o'clock position. You can see that the Archmage and the Priest are attempting to take down the Giant Wolf. We may see a quick tower attempt, but I would not suggest that for ChaeYoung, as Reprisal has been rather aggressive with his particular playstyle. You can now see that he's brought in 5 Spellbreakers. Very important that they are all magic immune and unable to take any damage from the casters. And then that is going to be pretty much the end of that. All right, Water Elemental now looking to push its way through. Oh, not able to do that. It is just walking along the inside, now trying to take down all of these units here. Meanwhile, back off to the north, the Arcane Vault has fallen. Brown has cleared out the 7 o'clock creep camp, and now Reprisal is really pushing back strong the other way. Triple guard towers now being placed down, 49 over 66 supply. Blood Mage has plenty of mana thanks to the help of this Mountain King, and that Mountain King low on mana. Oh, we can see a banish now on the Archmage. Interesting, but no Stormbolt as the Mountain King was out of mana. So an easy way to make sure that your Archmage stays alive. There is another banish, and there's a siphon mana. This is all a very well thought out plan, making sure no Stormbolts are going down onto that Archmage while that Archmage is in ethereal form. All right, more siphon mana again. The Mountain King sitting at 46. Spellbreaker's now trying to run back, and Reprisal looks like he's going to get this game in the bag in just a moment. Things are just going so well for him. He is playing at such a high level, understanding what his opponent is thinking and what is trying to go for. Perhaps one of the easier things to do in Warcraft 3 in a mirror match. All right, more casters now falling. You can see another Stormbolt going down. Spellbreaker gets bashed. And we are now looking at that Mountain King unable to do anything here. He is just an over-glorified knight right now, and because all he really has are those basic attacks. Sitting at 14 minutes 10 seconds, and this game is still going on strong here. We can also see a little bit of Dispel Magic, but I believe Reprisal will take Game 2 in this series, giving him a 1-1 tie against ChaeYoung. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed Game 2.